The following display of blatant intelligence is intermixed with some sexual innuendo. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up? Welcome to video blog number 3. I like to hold this pose when I do it. I might do this every video blog. I don't know. I'm just messing around right now, but it's fun. Anyway, so I got a bunch of questions. So I'm going to get through as many as I can. So if I didn't answer your question, I'm sorry. I'm kind of sorry. Sort of sorry. Anyway, first question is from my good friend Jinx from Xbox Live. She asks, is it true that all men masturbate? And if it is, why deny it? Do you? I caught the staring beady eyes in the way she wrote that. Anyway, maybe a drink will make it a little easier for you to answer. Laters, llama llama llama. I could use a drink. No. Yeah. Maybe. Totally do. All the time, constantly. No, it's true. Men can't keep their hands off themselves. I should probably preface this with a disclaimer. I'm going to go back and do that. So, that disclaimer you saw, I just thought of it now. Yeah, just, you know, sitting at home by yourself, got nothing to do, you're like, I think I'm gonna masturbate. Simple as that. There's nothing. Men are simple, men are basic, just like, yeah, why not do that? So, there's your answer. Next question comes from Cricket. Cricket. I'm saying cricket over and over again because I'm trying to get to your message because I can't remember exactly how you worded it. There we go. Oh, wait, nope, scroll down. Hey! If 7-Eleven is open 24 hours, how come they have locks and bars on their doors? Aside from the fact that they may not be open on holidays, etc., etc. But I believe that there is a strong conspiracy behind this. Would you help in this pandemic, Mr. I Know Everything? Well, I don't go to 7-Eleven that often. So I went there today to try to find out what was going on with this 24-hour open, not putting locks in that thing. So I went in there, and they don't have bars. They have a lock on the door. It's like a little puny little thing. They don't have bars, but they didn't have a lock. So I was like, oh, no, they do have a lock. So I asked the guy at the counter, and this is true. I did ask him, why do you have a lock on the door if you're open 24 hours? And he shushed me, told me to keep my voice down. Yeah, he sent me a little piece of paper, and he said, meet me in an hour behind the store. So I was like, okay, that's kind of creepy, but I did, and I was curious, I'm trying to answer your question and stuff. So, an hour later, I rolled up behind the store, and he meets me out there, he's all smoking a cigarette, and he starts to tell me why there's a lock on the 7-Eleven door. And he said, all 7-Elevens have a portal to the world of gremlins, and the lock is to keep them in, so that they don't destroy the universe. So I was pretty surprised by that, but it makes sense. So I went with it. So there's your answer. There are locks on the doors of 7-Elevens to keep in gremlins. Okay. The next question comes from my good friend Brandon. If I can get to it. Let's see. Hey, there it goes. Oh, I gotta wait for my space to load. My space is slow. Okay, here we go. K. It's literally the letter K that he wrote there. I've got a question, and I hope this is the right place to post it. The message would have been better. That's cool, as long as I get the question. Why do some men have a complex regarding the size of their penis? I've actually thought long and hard about this one, and I've come to the conclusion that men in general, regardless of skin color or cultural roots, have a common complexity when it comes to their penis. My question is, why? Is bigger really better? Is smaller but wider more tantalizing to the female counterparts? I don't fucking get it. And, think about this one. If 10 men lined up in a row and put their penises in a bucket of water, I'm thinking the majority would displace the same amount of water, thus making this question mute. I just now thought of this, but you think about 10 men lining up and putting their penises in jars of water? It's kinda gay. But maybe I'm wrong. Should we develop a penis water displacement test? Still gay. Should we even care as men? This one keeps me up at night. Up at night, really. Please help. Brandon. Well, first of all, Brandon, you had literally 4 innuendos in your question, but I thought it was funny, so I forgive you. The answer to your question is pretty simple. It's okay to have a small penis, Brandon. Not all men are endowed with humongous horse cocks, but if you are, you're lucky. If you're not, you make up with it with jokes, like I do. Anyway, so yeah, that's the answer to your question. My last question, which I'm gonna go with the headlining question. Why not? Is from my very own blood, my brother. I gotta go back to where he posted the question so I can read it. Here we go. O supreme knower of things, O mighty purveyor of stuff and wielder of the book of infinite and forever wisdom, tell me all there is to know about music. Sincerely, the supreme and godmaster of the universe, or at least the webmaster of your blog, Lauren. P.S. You were adopted from Malaysian goat farmers. Well, joke's on you, buddy. So were you, brother. I thought about this all day, and I was like, man, that's a good question, but it's really not that specific. All I know about music would be very boring to hear. Like, well, let's see. First, you can start with the letter A, which is a note, and the notes are lettered from A to G, and you can go in between the notes with sharps and flats, and blah 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 blah. I'm gonna go with one sentence for music. I actually no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you in 1 minute 60 seconds the history of music in its entirety. First, there were cavemen with blocks, and one caveman was like, man, this block is higher than that block. That's amazing! Then came along the Aboriginals, which is not a new wave band about Lincoln. Then the church took over, and for 1,200 years, music was Gregorian chant after Gregorian chant after Gregorian chant. Music then broke. Everything was defined and clear until Elvis and the Beatles. Then it broke literally. Then you have the evolution of music from the 60s to the 70s. Then the 80s. Then the 90s. And of course now. Well, there you go. I hope that answers your question. If you got a question you want to know the answer to, hit me up on MySpace. MySpace.com/KalenT. The end. For those of you just watching my blog to see ah! I might use that one. Let's try a couple more. For those of you who are just watching my blog to see me get hit in the face by a book, here you go.